Hi, my name is Juliet. I'm here to try to explain a little bit about Second Life. First of all, how to sign up for it. Here we are on the secondlife.com website. If you don't know what Second Life is, um, I've heard it described as a massively multiplayer game, but it's not really a game. It's more of a social platform with avatars. Think of it as Sims, but more advanced. So here I am on the site, and I'm just going to click the sign up button. When you first click the sign up button, you get to this page that says new avatars. I just want to say there's nothing wrong with any of these avatars. You should know that these are in your library. They're your basic, it's part of your basic starter inventory. I don't recommend using these avatars to start off with, simply because they're a little more complicated to take off. You're not going to want to stay in this outfit forever, and it's a little bit more complicated to take these off than it is to take off these classic ones. So I suggest that you sign up for a classic avatar, just because it's easier to take on and off. If you want to use something from the new avatar selection, you can get it out of inventory, so it's not like you don't have it available to you. I like red hair, so I'm choosing this avatar here. And the first screen that you come to is to select your username. I have a few tips on selecting your username. Yes, it can be very frustrating if you want to do a name like Violet Rose. When you go to check availability, there it is, it's not available. It can get really annoying going through trying to check availability. But don't get frustrated, I can't sign up for this dang thing. Bert. Because you're going to be stuck with that name for the rest of your SL. And you're just not going to want that. Also, don't start your name with a letter like 1, 2, 3, vanilla, because again, you're going to be stuck with that name forever. And also, in terms of freebies in that, to find a lucky chair or a lucky board that starts with 1 is really, really hard. You want to use an actual letter. And I apologize, I evidently have a frog in my throat. I don't want to stop the video because I'm on a roll here, so please bear with. You want to use a name that really looks like a name. Don't do XX Virginia, because it doesn't look like a real name and people can get confused about what the X's are about. Also, certain letters like V, Q, O, I don't know, that's a P, O, W. These letters are more rare. The thing about that is you can find that the chairs, when the V comes up, everybody's standing around waiting for a V person to show up. So you can really score on lucky boards sometimes. So it's a good letter to use, which is why I'm going to give my avatar the name Vivian. I really like that name. I've always liked it. Vivian Lee, who was Scarlett O'Hara actress. Vivian was the name of the girl in Pretty Woman. I just like that name. And it can be shortened to a nice simple Vivi or Viv. The problem is going to be when I go to put something with it like so. Of course, it's taken because, everybody's trying to put something with that. You can try doing a whole name, like for example, I'm going to do Vivian Desiree Dion. I was going to use Montclair, but I think I'm going to use this instead. It's available. Next tip. Now, I don't recommend that you connect with Facebook, being that if you've given your avatar a real sounding name, you may want to sign up for Facebook later for your avatar, and you don't want to have it already connected to your real Facebook because that's going to be confusing. I really suggest also that if possible, you set up an email to use just for your avatar, you're going to end up getting a lot of mail from groups, maybe IMs from your friends, and you're not going to want that to clutter up your real email. So if at all possible, make your email address be something different. Also, make sure you fill this out with something you're going to remember. If you don't want to put your real age, then at least put something you're going to remember. Also, make sure that the security question is actually something that you're going to remember, because if you lose your password, if you have some kind of other issue, you're going to want to have that and be something you can remember. I suggest that you click the please email me, because you're going to want to get email from Second Life about various things. Obviously, I've had to read the terms and policies. I suggest you read those just so that you know what you're getting into, because you will be held responsible for adhering to the terms of service and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to show what my email address is and all that, so I'm going to end this video here. I'll start a new video where I am actually in my new avatar. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye! Hi, it's Julian again. This is just a little addendum to my first video. After you've filled in your Gmail information or whatever email you're using, Yahoo, whatever, you come to this screen where it says select an account. Now, if you're familiar with Second Life, you'll know that you can run a perfectly free account. You can even run around in SL with a perfectly free or very, very low cost everything. There's lots of free or low cost content available. For me, I feel it's necessary to put at least a few lindens in the account, because you're going to want to buy dollar bees, even if or a group gift or whatever, where it actually returns the dollar to you, the linden dollar to you. But you also are going to want to do hunts or things like that, and you need a little money for that kind of stuff. A basic rule of thumb is that it costs about $4, about $4.50, I guess, now, for 1,000 lindens, which I think is pretty good. But it can go very, very quick, so you have to keep an eye on what you're spending. I also personally endorse the premium account because of a couple things. One, it gives you a linden home. I personally like to have a home, so you get a home for your linden for your premium account, which is basically a little home where you can res things, open boxes, park your avatar, put changing a pose stand down to change clothes and all that stuff, and that can be really nice to have a spot that's at least semi-private, to do what you want to do with. Some people feel that the premium account is a ripoff because you can find, a rental for less than what the premium account costs. Even when you add in that you get an allowance, you get a 300 linden allowance every week. Pardon me, I don't know why I'm yawning. You get a 300 linden allowance every week on Tuesday. And that can be kind of nice when you're running low on real money, or when you don't want to put more real money in the account. The 300 lindens is enough, again, to have a little money for hunts and group gifts and other kinds of things like that. Sometimes, too, a group join can be 5 lindens or 10 lindens or 25 lindens, and it can be worth joining that group if there's nice gifts and so on. For right now, though, I am going with a free account because I can't really afford to put money in here right now. So once you click the free account, the next thing is you get to this download and install Second Life screen. Okay, in my opinion, don't download the Second Life avatar. Instead, or Second Life Viewer. I think it's a crappy viewer, to be perfectly honest. It's organized stupid, and it's just not, I just don't like it. So instead, I recommend that you get the Firestorm Viewer. I think it's an excellent viewer. It's organized well. It's easy to understand. It's going to be the viewer that I'll personally be using. It's available in all kinds of languages. It's available in all kinds of different operating systems, Windows, Mac, or Linux. Obviously, I'm using Windows, so I'm going to check the Windows one. And I tend to use the 64-bit one down here because I have a Windows 10. I have a fast computer. Check the one that works out best for you. I use the OpenSim version. Again, apologies, I don't know why I'm yawning. Just because I might want to, at some future time, use OpenSim, and it's nice to just have it available. So, obviously, you click to download, you download it, and then you set it up. It's pretty easy to set up. There's nothing really unusual about setting it up. So I'm going to assume that this is your first install. If it is not your first install and you're updating, apologies, a third time, then you're going to want to make sure you follow the clean install instructions. I'm still having a problem with my viewer after multiple clean installs where it won't remember my usernames and passwords. It's not a big issue for me. I just remember them and type them in, but it is a pain in the butt and it's an ongoing issue. So anyway, so I will see you in a minute when I am signed on with my new avatar. Talk to you then. Bye.